are back again with another unboxing. I'm really excited about this one. I ordered this statue over 2 years ago. When the Obi-Wan series finale was wrapping up, my wife and I were in Orlando. We actually got to go to Galaxy's Edge, which was awesome. Whole other side tangent. And I ordered the Obi-Wan and Darth Vader from that show. The Darth Vader unboxing is already on the channel. I'll link to it in the cards. And the Obi-Wan finally came in. I don't want to waste any time. Let's just dive right into it. This is the Obi-Wan as seen in the series, 1/6 scale deluxe edition from Sideshow Collectibles. This is not a sponsored video from Sideshow Collectibles. I wish it was, maybe one day. As always, the artwork and everything, it just feels like an experience getting one of these things. Even the cardboard box feels nice. It's crazy the amount of care they put into their packaging. Nice thick foam to package everything. There he is, Obi-Wan Kenobi, my favorite Jedi of the entire franchise. As always with Sideshow Collectibles, everything is packaged amazingly. The likeness is also very, very good, and there's always an additional detail, even though I have quite a few of these now. You see the black rectangle under his hair? His hair is actually not one molded piece. He has flyaways in his hair, and there's black foam under it to keep the pieces from breaking. When it's on a shelf, I don't even know if you're going to see this detail, but the fact that they care to try these things is incredible. The tunic, the clothing, the pants, this is all fabric. This is part of a rubbery feel, stitch fabric. The leather belt, the clasp is molded onto the belt, plastic, but it looks really good. It looks like metal. The boots feel like a rough leather. There's a little bit of give here in the creases. I say it every time, but the quality on these is phenomenal. Everything packaged real nice. Your delivery driver could probably kick this thing up to your house and not hurt it. I'm glad they don't, though. I thought this was going to be one of the more simple collectibles that I have. There's a lot of extra pieces here. You can see the lightsaber with the cord. Now the lightsabers light up if you have a USB-C connected to them. The instruction book used to be something I didn't look at, but there's so many options. I want it to be posed exactly right, and there's so many different things you can do to it. You can control where his eyes are looking. You can get the different expressions on his face that you need. Previously, I messed with the eyes in the Ahsoka, and I think she looks insane, but I tweaked it a long time, so I'm a little hesitant to do it, but I think they should be slightly to the side. The small detail on the eyes going to the side does make a difference. I really love Obi-Wan's two-finger point fighting stance. I don't know why. I don't know what it means. I just think it's a cool, unique thing that whoever made the movie, maybe Ewan himself, came up with, so we are definitely running with that. In posing these, I always have a hard time getting the legs right. They always look a little stiff, and then that kind of stuff happens. I love all the options, but I'm always so nervous undoing them that I'll never have it looking quite as good again. Lightsaber with cord, really invading Obi-Wan's personal space on this one. I have to work on a better camera setup so I can do these kind of things and you can see everything. We've mostly undressed poor Obi-Wan, fed the cord with the lightsaber through the sleeve, so when he's holding it, you don't see it. Then we'll run this end around his back to the battery pack. The lightsaber fits his hand really nicely. It looks natural when you get it in there. There's Velcro to hold his robes in place. Same for the parts that really make it look Jedi or samurai. Then you put the cloth belt back on before the leather belt. Now he's back together, leather belt, lightsaber. Only sign of the cord is down here around his back. I cut these down to size pretty well, but maybe I should leave all this stumbling in. Watching me foolishly try to figure this out might be the most entertaining piece of it. The battery pack comes with a clip. The clip is removable if you want to do something else with it. I guess you could always put it behind him or on one of the rocks or something that's floating behind him so it's in proximity, but you don't see it as you display it. Once it's in, it's all tucked away, it's all hidden. There is no sign of cord. Very cool. It comes with two different blades for the saber, a movement and a still. I like the still, I like the pose. I tried the movement ones on my Ahsoka, and no matter how many times I posed it, I could never quite get it looking right. I don't think Obi-Wan had his gun during the duel, but I love that it's included, and I like to put as many accessories out as I can without ruining the display, because the boxes end up either in a closet or an attic, and I can change them out, but it's a lot of extra work. This foot does not snap on. That's the second time it's fallen off. The feet always give me problems, always. Moving on to the nicely detailed base. It has a decent amount of heft to it. I actually kind of expected more for the size of the statue, but it's very wide, so it shouldn't topple. This is pretty clever. You can see the rocks have these individual pegs to hold them onto the base. So they will be floating behind him, and you don't need a whole separate thing to try to arrange behind the figure on the shelf. Arranging the rocks, trying to get the spacing right so that his clamp that holds him up is tall enough, but the rocks still have their moment to shine without getting in the way of the rock that's built into the base. The holes where the peg go in, you can see it's be a hexagon or something. It's kind of squared off in areas. The peg is round, so when it goes in, it can be moved, but it doesn't slide. They did the same thing with the peg that attaches the rock to the pole. So again, very clever. Here I have him clipped on. He's secure. Trying to get the feet to look like they're naturally on the ground. A lot of times I feel like I pose them forever and then they still kind of look like they're floating. Sideshow puts in the effort. I want to put in the effort to match the coolness. That looks pretty cool. Don't worry, we're going to go in for the close-up. We had talked about the possibility of putting the battery pack behind him, and that was before I flipped the page and the instructions and saw that's exactly what you can do. And because getting under his robe is rude, but also not that easy once he's put up, I'm gonna take the battery pack off of his back. All right, here we go. Looks like nothing happened. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's figure this out. There we go. That's what we're looking for. There he is. That is the 1/6 scale Obi-Wan Kenobi Deluxe Edition from Sideshow Collectibles. That looks tremendous. I love the pose. I love the lightsaber. Even with this blur effect on it, looks like the blade is actually the pulsating like in the movies. That is really cool. If you get the right angle on him, you can see the fingers, you can see the rocks behind him. Unfortunately, I can't hide this big cord, but this is not the final version of how things are going to be wired. I will run power up to these shelves and hide the cords better. I can't give Sideshow Collectibles enough credit for the quality and care that they put into these. This is absolutely incredible. I love everything about it. Excuse my office, it's a mess right now. I wanted to capture getting them on the shelf because that's something that I've been leaving out of the other videos. I have this Clone Wars era Anakin that I absolutely love. I'm going to put him over here with Ahsoka. I think that looks fantastic. I should probably get some custom print done to put behind them so it's a better backdrop than my wallpaper. Once I can get some USBs up here, Vader's whole costume lights up. If you want to check him out in more detail, check the video, the unboxing I did on him. That's one of my favorite pieces. And I'm loving this Obi-Wan because it is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I also picked this one up years ago. I think it was my second ever. My wife got me one on our first anniversary together, which was cool. This is a 10-year Comic-Con exclusive, and I love it. It's more Allen Guinness.
Now we got the Ewan McGregor. Absolutely love it. Could not be happier.